Let me guess. If you're a trader, your screen probably looks like an air traffic control tower. You've got gold, the NASDAQ, a few Forex pairs, maybe some crypto, 15 tabs open at all times. Because you think more screens, more charts means more chances to win, right? But what if that's the very thing that's killing your progress? Let's talk about why, in this game, less is way more effective. This quote right here, man, it just hits the nail on the head. The market isn't hiding winning trades from you. The opportunities are there. The problem is your focus is spread so thin, so diluted across all those charts, that you never get a chance to build the deep, intuitive skill that actually makes you money.
So let's call this what it is, okay? It's the market tourist trap. When you're constantly jumping from one currency pair to another, you're just passing through. You see the big flashy moves, you might take a quick snapshot, but you never actually learn the back alleys, you never learn the local language. You're a tourist in a world where you absolutely need to be a local.
I bet this looks familiar to a lot of you. It's a dangerous myth in trading, this idea that being busy equals being profitable. All that clicking, all that switching, that analyzing, it feels productive, but all you're really doing is burning through your mental energy on a dozen different battlefields. You might feel like a big-shot fund manager, but in reality, you're just chasing noise. And here's the scary part. This divided attention, it's not a big, loud explosion that wipes you out. No, it's a slow, silent leak. It's the silent destruction of your edge. Every time you switch your focus, you water down your strategy just a little bit more, until you're not even trading a system anymore, you're just guessing.
So let's just pause right here. I want you to seriously think about this for a second. Pull up your journal. How many different instruments, how many different pairs did you actually place a trade on last week? If that number is more than, say, 2, you've got a leak, and it's time to plug it.
Okay, so what's the solution? We need a completely new identity. The answer is to stop being the frantic soldier with the machine gun and instead adopt the sniper mindset. This is a total shift in philosophy. You stop seeing the market as this endless field of targets and you start focusing on one single high-value mission. This comparison pretty much says it all, doesn't it? On one hand, you have the machine gunner, Rambo. They're just spraying lead everywhere, hoping something hits. They love the action, the fireworks. But then you have the sniper. They're a specialist. They know patience is their greatest weapon. They'll wait for hours, maybe even days, for that one perfect shot, because they know that one precise shot is worth 1,000 random bullets.
Now here's a secret that amateurs hate, but every single pro lives by. Real elite-level mastery isn't found in the constant adrenaline rush. It's found in the quiet, almost mind-numbingly boring dedication of watching the same thing day in and day out until you start to see the things that nobody else can. It's about sitting with one chart until you feel like it breathes.
And you know, this isn't just some cool-sounding metaphor. There's actually a deep biological reason why this works so well. Your brain is, at its core, a pattern-matching machine, but you have to feed it clean, consistent data for it to work its magic. So let's look at the science of it.
Think about it. When you stare at the same chart, day after day, week after week, your brain's pattern recognition software gets this massive upgrade. It starts to pick up on the subtle hints, the little traps, the way liquidity builds, things that are completely invisible to the market tourist who's just dropping in for a visit. You are literally rewiring your brain for success.
And this is the profound shift that happens inside you. You're no longer trying to be a fortune teller, desperately trying to predict the future. Instead, you start recognizing the present. You've seen this setup 40 times before. You know the script. You know how this movie usually ends. That's not hope, that's experience. Think about the town you live in. You know the shortcuts, right? You know which street always gets jammed up at 5 p.m. You know the quiet back alleys. You're a local. By mastering one pair, you become a local in that market. You learn its unique personality, its favorite fake-outs, its rhythm. You stop getting distracted by the bright lights, and you start navigating the hidden map. Let me ask you a question, and be honest with yourself. If you needed complex brain surgery, would you want the surgeon who only does brain surgery or the one who kind of dabbles? He does a little cardiology, some dermatology on the side. Of course you'd pick the specialist. So why on earth are you trusting your hard-earned money to a mind that's dabbling in 10 different markets?
Okay, so we've established the why. You get it. Focus is power. Now, let's shift gears and talk about the how, because this isn't just a theory. There's an actual actionable plan you can start using today to go from generalist to specialist. This is your path to precision.
It's really simple. 3 steps. Step 1. Match your kill zone. Pick a pair that is actually moving and active when you're at your desk. It's no good watching a pair that's dead while you're trying to trade. Step 2. Check the spread. Make sure the transaction cost isn't so high that it's eating your entire edge. And step 3, this is the most important one, you have to commit. Commit for 30 trades. No cheating. No, oh, I'm just going to take a quick peek at what gold is doing. None of that.
30, that's the magic number. 30 trades. Or, if you're really brave, 30 days. I want you to take a vow. 1 screen, 1 pair, 1 mission. This number represents your commitment to go deep instead of wide. It's about choosing mastery over just mindless motion.
Now look, I'm not going to lie to you. The first few days of this are going to feel awful. It's going to feel like a prison. You're going to feel that FOMO, the fear of missing out creeping in. But you have to trust the process. Because that restriction you feel today, that's the very thing that will liberate you tomorrow. It's freedom from the anxiety of chasing shiny objects, freedom from the chaos of guesswork.
So let's end with this. The greatest traders didn't conquer the entire market. They picked one tiny corner of it, and they owned that corner. They studied it, they obsessed over it, and they waited until it spilled all of its secrets. So the choice is yours. Are you going to continue being a market tourist, or are you finally ready to become a specialist?
If you're ready to stop being a market tourist and become a specialist, hit that subscribe button and join our tribe of focused operators.